One of the biggest blocks in Sophia's gymnastics journey, the Tkachev. Oh, the nail goes.
Nails for gymnasts. It hits, snap it right back up there.
What is up, you guys, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Sophia, and if you are a returning flame, great to have you back. Thank you so much for being here today. Today we are going down memory lane and facing one of the most, because there are many, one of the biggest blocks of the mental block category in Sophia's gymnastics journey, the Tkachev. So yeah, today is a facing fears day. It seems like Arson had a feeling that this was gonna happen because this is how my entrance to the gym played out today.
So, how you doing?
Pretty well, how about you?
Are you kidding me? Yeah! Happy Halloween!
So fortunately, that knocked most of the fear right out of me as soon as I stepped into Gymnastics Olympica this morning. I'm gonna go turn on the music, otherwise you're not gonna be able to hear me today. 1 minute. So throughout this vlog, I'm gonna walk you guys through how I learned Tkachev, how some of the ways I learned it caused a mental block, how I relearned it, and how I ultimately overcame my fear of my Tkachev and competed it in professional elite meets around Italy. Hopefully you can apply some of these techniques to your own fears, if you have any. If not, maybe you're not human. JK. I will also be sharing some stories along the way throughout this vlog, so enjoy the ride. My main goal is always to just not break nails. I just got these redone yesterday and I really like them. We'll also be sharing some personal stories of the battle with the Tkachev with you guys throughout this vlog. Enjoy. It's been a while. So I'm gonna go through some drills, refresh my memory, muscle memory on how to do the skill, and then we're gonna let go. Arson says, don't be so dramatic. More hollow, less pike. I'm gonna do some drills on the floor. So I'm actually not really scared at all today. I feel pretty confident about it. That always happens when you take time away from a fear. It helps to not be dwelling on it, I find, and then come back to it. You kind of forget about some of the fears you had. Let me know if you've had that experience too with facing fears. Taking a little bit of time away from it always helps. And then when you do come back to it, going through all of the basics and the drills so that you feel confident and you're relearning it in the correct way, building good habits that make you feel safe. Because the more you know and have an understanding, the conscious awareness of what you're doing in a skill, the less fear you have, I've found. So that's why I'm taking time to go through all the timers and all the drills, blah, blah, blah. Feels a little slower. Personally, I think this is mental. It helps me to do a little more pike than less, I think, because it discerns it from a giant in my head. So I think that's why I started doing it, so I would differentiate yeah. All right. Can feel the butterflies. I'm gonna let go. I'm excited. I love this. I haven't let go for Tkachev in probably a year now, and it's really exciting. It's like the moment before you go for it, when you feel like I'm strong enough, I know I can do this, and it's such a good feeling. It's so exciting getting ready, and you know you're about to face it and be liberated from that fear. Getting really deep, guys, with the fear talks today. Feeling ever. Literally shaking. It's the best feeling ever though. The most liberating thing ever. And this is why I do this at least once a year.
Yeah, so let's lift the chest up a little bit.
Okay, after ice. So, first brief story time, how I learned Tkachev. Okay, so when I first learned Tkachev, my coach, I think I've told you this, he would just throw us all through releases a certain day. He'd be like, today we're all learning Tkachevs. Okay. And it was really fun because we all got to try different skills. But the day we did Tkachevs, we all had these really archy giants. I would do a sheep position to go over my giant, but he just said, do your archy giant, make it a little archier and just let go of your hands. We were all catching.
Yeah.
It was amazing.
Yeah, I mean, I say that too when they're just learning giants. I'm like, dude, if you had the guts, if you knew what you can do, obviously they're just learning giants, but they all open the chest. It's like, if you release, you got it.
Oh, okay.
And I think it goes back to that.
So you think it's positive?
Giants?
That's what I still ask myself to this day.
So it was like, were you in the process of learning giants, or just you had Archie giants?
Both.
Both.
Yeah.
Did you know? I think this is the truth, that in the Soviet days they actually took scientists and stuff to come up with a Tkachev. So it's been kind of like, if my coaches, I hope they're saying the truth. They used to tell me that it was like a lab work of like they needed something new. So scientists came together and kind of came up with the Tkachev, and Tkachev actually did it.
No way! That is so cool.
Okay, but you're ready to catch the next one, right?
Yeah, I think we're ready. So we're ready to catch the next one, right? So the pros to this, I think, like, it was cool because the way he explained it, like, do an Archie giant and let go, was like, it made sense to us because we all knew what an Archie giant was, and we let go, and it wasn't like this big deal, right? And he made it simple in our heads as kids. However, because it came from something that was poor technique, I think it also translated into something that was unsafe, and literally our whole team had mental blocks on Tkachevs after that. So how I relearned it was then working with a different coach who was super strict on technique and like showed me every millisecond of the skill, what I was supposed to be doing and feeling in my body. And by relearning it with specific like reference points throughout the skill and knowing exactly what positions I was supposed to do and when, I felt safer and I started letting go and doing it again. Chalk in my eyeball. I was in the air and I was like, I can't see.
Let's try this one. If you can at least do whatever you're doing, see if you can push your arms out. So your arms go out, that gives you a little more like you're staying.
Okay.
And then
I see that.
Like, I let go, I reach. Sometimes what that does is gets you back.
I see.
This way, it kind of you like staying. You're like throttling. Like.
I love that. Okay.
Boom. Swing forward. Up.
It's my hand. So, another brief story time. This was my very first year competing in Serie A, which is the professional level sports for Italy. We used the elite code. I was trying to up my routine and I had already had a Ginger, but I wanted a second release move, so we decided to put in the Tkachev. Now, I had a fear of this Tkachev, right? I had a mental block. It was like ongoing, like here and then, like it would come up, I'd have blocks, then I'd get through it, blah, blah, blah. So I continue to have new realizations when telling this story as I get older. I'm just gonna tell it to you. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. My coach there just got really upset because I didn't let go of the bar, and we didn't have time for me not letting go of the bar. I had to compete like that weekend, and I was one of the competitors on bars. They only took 3, so I needed to do it, and her technique to making me go for it was just throwing her shoe at me. Now, I am not saying this is okay. I do not advise this if you're a coach watching, and I do not think it is okay if you're a gymnast experiencing a shoe being thrown at you. However, I will say I did indeed release for my next Tkachev attempt, and I did compete my Tkachev successfully in the meet that weekend. I think a part of it was, of course, the fear of my coach, but also it really forced me to think to myself in that moment and be like, okay, this is serious. How badly do I want to compete? And it really took that to be like, okay, if I want to compete, I need to face this, and I will be uncomfortable, but I know I have to have enough trust in my body and courage to do it. So it really forced me to make that decision and feel what I wanted more. And at that time, what I did want more was to compete, especially because I had worked so hard on bars specifically, and that was my event. So it really came down to that. You know, what do you want more? If you want it bad enough, you're gonna let that rise above your fear, and you're gonna choose it, and you're gonna run with it. And that's what's gonna get you your fire within ignited, as I say, and talk about in my book. But yeah. Oh, did you hear the nail? Oh, the nail goes.
Are you tired of your nails breaking every time? Introducing Nails for Gymnasts. It hits, snap it right back up there, and it goes right back into normal. Okay? Hit, and you still have your beautiful nails.
This is the most genius invention of yours yet! They keep getting better and better!
I know!
Can you paint them? Do they come in different colors?
Oh, there's different paintings, yes, absolutely. And you can toss them away when you're done.
So funny. I just need to want it a little bit more. Letting go in a Tkachev is actually just so fun though. It seriously feels like you're flying. Get it!
such good power. You could have started earlier.
I've actually never felt more confident doing this skill. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it, like, I'm loving doing this skill. I think that's when you really know you've overcome a fear, is when you start loving doing it. Have to let go a little bit earlier, and we have it. Oh, it's right there. Still being a little bit hesitant. I can feel it in myself. So the last part I need to do to complete this is Arsene saying finish it with like the counter rotation, and that's the drill that I was doing earlier on the mat where you literally sit up. Yeah, I'm totally not doing that, so I need to finish it. Just commit to finishing it. It's like the final stretch. Fire within. Low-key forgot what it's like to feel like you're literally gonna land on the bar. That is the point of all releases. Nothing better than catching a release, I swear. I'm gonna do one more just for fun.
So if you pulled a little bit, push. You push up.
Yes! Fingertips!
All you need.
Seriously, fingertips.
That's all you need though.
That's all we need, right? Yeah.